Elena Davis.
And I'm Mike Strug.
We're two of the upcoming fourth-year residents, and we're going to give you a little bit of a virtual tour of the hospital, since as much as we would love to have you here in person and get to know you, unfortunately with these current times this is the best we can do. So you'll hear our voices. We're going to show you the different areas of the hospital and kind of describe them along the way, and we'll go from there.
Of note, there are quite a bit of areas that are under construction, which is good news for you in the future, so bear with us.
All right, we hope you enjoyed the tour.
So it's a cloudy day, which doesn't happen very often here in West Michigan. Over to the left here is where we park in the morning, and then we walk up this sidewalk to the door that's right next to us to enter into the Women's Center.
So this is the lobby of the Women's Center entrance where we come into the hospital. This is also where our maternity patients come in before they come into OB Triage. It has this beautiful decorative kaleidoscope in the center.
So over to the left here are the center tower elevators. These elevators take you to labor and delivery on the second floor and the third floor. The fourth floor is the antepartum floor, which is where the maternal fetal medicine team spends most of their time. And then the postpartum floors are floor 6, 7, and 8. That's right, 2 labor and delivery floors, a whole antepartum floor, and 3 postpartum floors.
So we turned right from those center tower elevators that you saw earlier, and so we are walking down the hallway still on the A level, and this is where our maternity triage is. So all of the patients that are 20 weeks and up come to maternity triage. This is essentially our OB emergency room. Anyone that has any pregnancy related complaints is going to come to triage for evaluation. If they think they might be in labor, they would come here.
OB Triage was recently renovated, and there are some beautiful rooms. This area is staffed generally by an APP, such as a midwife or a nurse practitioner. The residents do come down here quite a bit to help out, and as an intern you spend an entire rotation working here.
So you can see each individual room has a bed, a monitor. In the drawers you have all of the things that you would need for an evaluation, whether that's a speculum exam or a wet prep, and all of the supplies that you would need. You can also see some of our lovely nurses that are working over here. Usually we have a midwife who staffs them and sees the patients, and then they call up to the attendings. Okay, and this is 2 center, so this is one of our main labor and delivery floors. And so as we can notice, we're under construction. We're currently remodeling our labor and delivery, which it's going to be really beautiful when it's done. This is our main nurses station. So we have a safety check-in here at around 10 o'clock or 11:45 in the morning, 10 o'clock at night. So just to check in with all of the floors. These are some of our labor and delivery nurses that are waving. The charge nurse is sitting back there, and she's the main boss lady who's in charge of all of the laboring patients, making sure that everybody is staying safe. We're going to pan this way. We're going down the hallway of 2 center. We have all of the rooms on the side. So we have dedicated labor and delivery ORs, 2 on the second floor and 1 on the third floor. We on a given day can have up to 6 scheduled C-sections in a day, and that's not counting all of our C-sections that occur unscheduled for either fetal heart tones or arrest of labor, those kinds of things. Okay, so here we got off on our third floor. This is still labor and delivery. These elevators are important because they are just 2, 3, and 4, and so any sort of obstetric emergency, we're able to utilize those elevators, and not a lot of other people use them. So this is onto the floor. We've got another nurses station here, and some of our labor and delivery nurses that are busy at work taking care of our patients, and they are a great resource for us. They help us out, particularly when we're starting out as interns, and we form lots of great rapport with them. They are lovely, and we appreciate them.
And one of our first year residents is over there as well currently.
We'll show you an empty labor and delivery room. So you can see that we have a bed, it breaks down, it's got the stirrups in it. We have the fetal monitoring system and the computer next to it, as well as the baby warmer. NICU is close by and they will come to deliveries if we need them. The bed does fold down for the significant other, and everything we need for the delivery is in these cabinets, as well as the warmer for towels and blankets and the like. Each room does have its own bathroom. Each bathroom also has a jetted tub for our patients, which is really great for our naturally laboring patients. Okay, just outside of our lounge, if we kind of pan over to the left here, there's 2 additional labor and delivery rooms. They're tucked away in a little quieter part of the hospital, and these rooms are for our patients who have fetal demises. It kind of keeps them away from the hustle and bustle and noises associated with labor and delivery, and gives them some space to grieve and process their loss.
And actually down that hall as well, off to the right, is a hallway that leads to the Children's Hospital, which is also the entrance to the neonatal ICU, which is the way that the neonatologists and the neonatal nurse practitioners are able to attend our deliveries.
And they're on the 3rd floor as well, so they're very close by and can get to the deliveries very quickly if we need them. Over here, there are 2 additional rooms. These are our high-touch, low-tech rooms.
So those rooms are areas that you have to meet certain criteria to be able to deliver in. Essentially low-risk deliveries with less interventions, intermittent fetal monitoring. If any patient were to become more complicated, or their labor stalls and they need labor augmentation, or if they need continuous monitoring, then we would move them to a different room. But for a lot of our midwives, private midwives that practice in our hospital, they're able to go there with their patients and provide a different birth experience.
For example, the bed is a queen-size bed instead of a hospital bed. They've got natural table lamps instead of the overhead lights. There's no spotlights. It's just a different feel in terms of the birthing experience.
This is one of our postpartum floors.
So we have 3 postpartum floors, 6 center, 7 center, and 8 center for all of our postpartum patients. Some of our GYN patients do end up, if they stay overnight, go to 7 center. And then 4 center is our antepartum floor and dedicated solely to antepartum. We'll try to find an empty room for you so we can show you what it's like, but all of the rooms are pretty standard.
This is one of our...
We are baby friendly, which means the babies do room in with the moms. However, if moms need a couple hours of respite and they need a nap, or if baby is having their hearing test, they're able to go to the nursery for those things. Additionally, here we do the circumcisions on the male babies, and so you'll get that experience as well in terms of learning how to do a Gomko circumcision or a Mogan circumcision. So this is one of our rooms. It looks like a patient was just discharged, so you're gonna pardon the fact that the bed isn't made. But you've got the bed here, they've got a TV, there's room service for the patients. This couch does fold out for the family member so that they can sleep. Each room also has a breast pump, and lactation does see all of our postpartum patients to help facilitate their breastfeeding journey and to help them be successful in that area.
So this is the 5 North area, which is fortunately a place we don't go too often. This is the Cancer Center. We do spend our time here, however, during our gynecologic oncology rotation. This is essentially just a med-surg type floor. That's the front desk we just passed. This is a workroom where we get lots of work done. We'll take you along this hallway here. Might not be able to show you a room unless we want to kick a patient out for a second.
And then just down this hallway is the exam room that we'll show you.
This is our 5 North exam room, which you could see has a nice exam bed. Actually has a lot of anatomy on the wall.
Which is really great for counseling patients
And then
in the moment.
to the side here, we have all of our possible instruments that we could possibly need. This is a grand opening. Actually, it's not an opening, but it's a brand new resident lounge workspace. See these little rooms on the side? This is a resident workspace that was just built. There's nice little cubicles that have privacy. Some spaces to sit and chat with your co-residents. Some workstations for when people work. I don't know when that is. Nice TV. Nice little kitchen area.
And then little enclaves.
Little rooms.
And you can notice there is still, yet again, more construction, which means that this space will actually be bigger when it's actually all done. The focus of this space was really resident wellness, so it's not intended to be a place for your teams to do sign out or for you to do like your day-to-day work. You know, there are other workrooms for that. This is really a space for your own personal wellness. And you can see some lockers as well.
Just some nice work space. So this is the Outpatient Surgery Center. There are a couple hallways around here, which is where the patients come in before their scheduled surgeries, and you meet them there prior to going back to the operating room. Along this same hallway are a couple other OB landmarks. One is the call rooms. So there are 3 call rooms, a second-year call room, an OB intern call room, and a 3rd and 4th year shared call room. The reason for the shared call room for the 3rd and 4th years is that the 3rd year and the 4th year share the same call pool. So
you want to open up the door?
Yeah.
We'll show you what the inside looks like.
They serve as the chief on call at nighttime or during the week.
Okay, so this is our call room. Pretty standard. It has a bed, it has a computer. We like to decorate with fun pictures of ourselves and family and our animals.
And we have a little word puzzle over here with all of our names.
Just to spruce it up, and the Harry Potter emblem because that's important to us.
Okay.
And a TV in case you can, watch some movies in your downtime. We do just have general scrubs available. And then the other thing that we didn't point out is this door right here is actually a lactation room, and there are several that are also close by on labor and delivery, which was important for me with 2 children later. So as we go down now this way, this is our surgical family lounge. So this is where the family members of our patients in surgery wait, and where we go to talk to them. There are consults room along the side where we can talk to them after a surgery to let them know how everything went.
This was also recently remodeled and is very nice.
So that's this family lounge right here, and again some more conference rooms where you can talk with families. Alright, so this is the children's coffee cart. This is by far the best coffee in the hospital in the morning. Starts at 6:30. They've got great flavors, which is so good. That's my favorite spot to go. This is the children's wall. When there aren't COVID restrictions, it's an interactive wall. You can base it with these projectors, and a lot of kids seem to enjoy that. There is a gift shop for the children's hospital, and then also a subsequent cafeteria, which has also ice cream, and that is delicious, a good mid-afternoon treat. They also have cookies that are the size of your face, which are also really important, that sometimes you can share with your team, or you can just eat the entire cookie by yourself. When it's not raining, and we do actually have really lovely days here in Michigan, there's an outdoor patio outside of the Children's Hospital cafeteria, which is a really lovely place to sit and eat lunch and just to enjoy the sunshine. There's some interactive things for kids to play with, and it's just a really beautiful space. Okay, so over this way is the Meyer Heart Center. We don't spend a lot of time in that portion of the hospital except for the surgical ICU where we do an off-service rotation as interns. And we're gonna go across the bridge, and our clinic is over in this building. It's 330 Barclay. You can see, if we look down the street here, you can see the emergency room right there, and then this building right here is our parking ramp, so it's right next to the hospital. And our parking lot is the only thing where you actually have to walk outside. All of the other buildings are connected by either bridges or tunnels, and you're able to get to where you need to go without having to go outside, which is particularly lovely in the winter.